I am so stoked that I finally got the chance to remake Annihilator. It's been a long time coming, and it's the only recreation I've made so far that has that traditional, old-school Armored Core weapon loadout. Actually, no, now that I think about it, before this, when I remade Nineball from Ninebreaker, that was the first one, so I will be drawing comparisons, and it's quite appropriate too. Now, how this thing will perform in Ranked, I'm about to find out. I'm hopeful, though. You don't see these loadouts very much at all, sadly, but the stagger mechanic coupled with these heavy-hitting weapons should be favorable. It's not often I face an opponent where I feel like I have to cycle through all the firing modes of the Kurosawa, usually fully charging it and landing that massive explosion of damage while finishing them off with the plasma shots is more than enough, but because they're keeping their distance, that second firing mode is coming in clutch. So close to landing that melee attack. I am noticing my build feels a bit sluggish on movement, which is, funnily enough, accurate to the original, but I'm having to use the melee attack not just to get free hits in, but also to help with my AC to move forward faster, especially facing opponents like this one. Damn, should have went for the regular attack. I didn't think he'd get out of the stagger so soon. That was some laser blade levels of range. Has the charged attack of the pulse blade always have that kind of reach? I don't use it often. Oh, a rematch, huh? Let me see if I can get a clean sweep this time around. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I kind of want to run into a heavier build, something like a tank even. I just want to see if I have enough firepower to drop something like that down to 0 before they can to me. Speaking of, I have a video coming up where I had one of the most intense matches against the tank. You'll know it when you see it. It's going to be a good one. Noticing you switched out the Majestic Bazooka from our first encounter, you might have put yourself in a bind, because I can just leisurely stay at mid-range now and not have to worry too much. Not a bad idea that you wanted to commit to close range, just something to keep in mind when putting a build together. Whoa, who won? Okay, good. I was on the edge of my seat there. Well, I faced this person when I was still learning my build. Since then, I've incorporated using the melee attacks to help with my maneuverability, and hopefully it will give me enough of an edge to win this time around. Okay, so despite their speed advantage, as long as I'm able to land the fully charged Kurosawa attacks, I could win the damage race that way. I definitely don't want to make this a prolonged fight because those dual Etsujins will just win by chipping me away. Was that a reverse melee punish that I just pulled off? I don't know if that's a thing, but I'm making it a thing right now. You all saw it with your own eyes. Nice, someone running both laser shotguns. I wonder if this is a viable combination. It's usually one or the other that's being dual wielded. Personally, I would use them on a tetrapod because I do not like being stuck in the firing stance. If I get the opportunity to avoid that altogether, I'm gonna take it. Yeah, I could definitely see this being annoying to face on a tetrapod. I don't want to think about the constant lock-on warnings and the fact that they'd be able to nuke me with the long-range shotgun and then hit me up close with the short-range one. Hello? Where did you go? Oh no, they better not sneak up behind me. That's gonna suck. Oh god, they snuck up behind me. I am gonna blame that one on the jump scare in the beginning. I can't think of a time I was blindsided on any of these maps. It's pretty easy to keep track of your opponents, so I don't know where they were zipping around, but good on them for catching me by surprise. Aw, sweet, I melee canceled right into a dead end. Did their pulse armor stun me? It looked like I was out of range of the javelin beta, so I'm not sure. While I unfortunately couldn't run into any Nineball builds online, I'll take the win over a red AC. It's close enough if you don't think about the details. So compared to my first take on Nineball, Annihilator doesn't have the speed, but makes up for it in raw firepower. The VE-20B generator means that all the energy weapons have their damage dialed up to 11. you will make short work of most opponents. Now, I know that he also was sporting vertical missiles and Master of Arena. None of them fit, and I didn't want to commit that closely to the original, and the vertical missiles didn't have any sleek, slim options. So the 10 cell was the perfect substitute. If you enjoyed this, please be sure to like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Until next time, take care.